What's up, everyone? It's your boy Big Norm, and I'm back with another DC Universe Online tutorial video. In today's video, we're going to be covering my loadout for my fire DPS. Now, this one is very interesting because she was one of my lower characters on the game. Did not use her very much. Now, this loadout, I'm going to let you know now, it's a single target loadout. I'm working on a few things to make it more versatile. But either way, once again, ladies and gentlemen, this video is for either you've been away from the game for a while, you're coming back and you have used it, but you've forgotten your loadout or you don't like it anymore, something to start out to get refamiliarized, or if you're new to using fire at all. Fire is a tank power, it is a healing power. Don't see too many fire users now these days, but it's definitely one to have, in my opinion, as far as tanks. I have an atomic tank. I had a rage tank, but I got rid of it. So this is one of my tanks. Her name is Kai Vixen. She is currently in DPS mode. I'm going to break down as much as I can in this video. This loadout is not the end all to be all loadouts. I am working on a few things. So if you see something I can change out to make this more effective, please let me know. Okay, please let me know. This is not the, like I said, the premier loadout, the ultimate loadout for a fire DPS, but it's something that I'm using currently right now, and if I find something better, then I'm going to use that. Okay, so I'm going to start with I'll go over skill points, I'll go over loadout, I'll go over artifacts, and I'll show you what I'm currently using in my gear mods. Now, what I did with this character before she took the 255 bump up, I bought a bunch of replay badges and got her skill points up. So let's go to that. Okay, skill points. I always use a might based loadout for my DPS on all my characters. So I hit super powered. I maxed out my crit attack chance, crit attack damage, and my remaining damage is going to points are going to might and power. Now, when I first started, she had like 70, literally everyone's about 75 skill points. I bought all the replay badges that were available on her, and once I did that, then I did my bump up to the 255. So she was like, she might have been barely 100 CR. So this is where she is. We're at 189 skill points. Let's see here. Let's go back here. Okay, she's currently 275 CR rating from the that was just, I think, maybe last week. So I've been grinding just a little bit on her. As far as her power, defense, might, resto, vite, precision, not too really keen on those numbers. I'll let you all be the expert on that. Here's my percentage on weapon attack, weapon damage, all of that good stuff. Okay, so far the only artifacts I'm using for this DPS, I have the Everyman prototype and I have the solar amplifier. Okay, all right, now let's go back over to here. Stat points, covered that. Iconic powers, I have Neil Venom boost and heat vision. One in flight. She is a shield user, and I only have one in shield. Okay, and the reason why I use shield for her is because automatically, and someone told me that, I'm glad that they did, automatically, by using shield for this fire DPS, every time I block, if you look closely under my name, every time I block, I get an automatic defense and movement buff just for using the block because of the shield weapon that I have. Okay, so got her fire shield, of course. All right, so let's go into the loadout. This is a single target. Hold up, before I do that, let me make one change. Okay. I missed something. Hold on. Let me go back to what I originally had. I don't want to confuse anyone. All right. Oh, my bad. All right. My loadout for damage is DPS is heat vision, spontaneous combustion, meteor strike, stoke flames, fire burst, and fireball barrage. Okay. Once again, heat vision, spontaneous combustion, meteor strike, stoke flames, fire burst, and my supercharger's fireball barrage. Now, what I would normally do is I clip meteor strike with stoke flames. I go to heat vision, fire burst, spontaneous combustion. Then I just repeat my rotation. It's meteor strike. Because by the time I get to meteor strike the second time, this will still be in cooldown mode. It has a 12-second cooldown. So I hit meteor strike, heat vision, fire burst, spontaneous combustion. Then I start my rotation from the very beginning. Clip meteor strike with stoke flames and just complete the rotation. Now let's go over real quick my gear mod that I've gotten. See here. For my neck, I use Fortified Assault. It increases defense by an additional 10% while not blocking. I'm still working on getting my source points to get that activated, so just bear with me on that. I'm working on getting skill points. I don't use it very much, so I'm still working on getting source marks to use, okay? For my back piece, I have Breakout Protection. Defense and toughness is increased by 10% for 4 seconds after using the Breakout ability. Chest socket is reserve tank. It increases your maximum power pool by 5%. I do not have currently for my leg piece. I'm working on that. Feet, I'm using exhilarating dive bomb. Recovers 6% of your maximum power over 3 seconds after performing the dive bomb attack. I need to get rid of that. I do not know why I even got that in the first place. So please forget that. Please disregard that. I wasn't paying attention when I got that. Okay. Empowered channel for my hands. Channel superpowers are no longer vulnerable to interrupt, prevent standard control effects, and increase defense and toughness by 5% while active. I got this particular gear mod because of the fire burst. The fire burst move, if you can see, is vulnerable to interrupt because it takes that and that can be interrupted. So I got the hand mod. Did I do that right? I got the hand mod to help with that side effect or handicap or weakness. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Breakout protection. Okay. Head is head socket. Supercharged fireball barrage 3 grants 5% supercharge back to you when you use fireball barrage, which I do use my supercharge. And my weapon is absorption adapter 5. Weapon attacks have chances to activate a shield, reducing damage by 75% until damage equals to 30% of your health is prevented. This effect may only occur once every 60 seconds. So that is what I'm using now. I'm not saying my gear mods are the best. If you see something I need to switch out with, let me know. Okay, because I'm learning just like many other people. I'm not the expert on fire DPS, gear mods, artifacts, or what have you. Okay. All right. So let's get into the rotation once again. I'm going to clip meteor strike with stoke flames. I will then go to heat vision, back to fire burst, spontaneous combustion. Stoke flames will still be in cooldown by the time I get to it, so I hit meteor strike again, heat vision, fire burst, spontaneous combustion, and then start the rotation with a clip. Now, I could do one or two things. I could use spontaneous combustion, or I can use that with flashpoint. No, I'm sorry, not flashpoint. Inferno. I could switch those out, but I'm gonna use this one first. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna clip these two. Heat vision. Fire burst. Combustion. Okay. Alright, we'll check out, see what my combat is once this finishes up. I probably should have done it one by one. But let's check out once it finishes up. I'll just give you an idea of what kind of damage I did in that little period of time. 205,670 total for nearly 30 seconds. 10719 max, 24% crit, one target. Okay, so that's what I'm working on right now. Okay, you be the judge if that's good or bad, but this is what I have right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, and this is single target. Like I said, I'm not really big on single target loadouts, but I'm using some because I didn't have an effective loadout for her to begin with, and so this is the one that I'm currently using. So far it's worked pretty good, but you know, you always have to worry about group uh, enemies, and sometimes you don't may not have a single target, or the target may not be far enough to draw in more enemies. So this is my single target. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to sub out spontaneous combustion, and I'm going to use Inferno because I like the way Inferno has, and this has a 12-second cooldown. Okay, so I'm going to adjust the loadout, and I'm going to adjust the rotation of the loadout just a bit to suit this particular power, but it will ignite the area around you, creating a field of roaring flames to damage enemies over time. Burn enemies make them vulnerable to burning effects, which will still go in with the meteor strike, the stoke flames, heat vision, and fire burst. Okay, so what I would do with this, I'm going to start with, hold on, I'm going to start with Inferno, then clip meteor strike, stoke flames, go to heat vision, fire burst. This will be back up, this won't. So I hit meteor strike, heat vision, fire burst, and by the time I get to fire burst, these three will finish their cooldowns, and I'll start the pro rotation over again. So I'm going with, this time, heat vision, Inferno, meteor strike, stoke flames, fire burst, and still got fireball barrage as my supercharge. Okay, so I'll start with these, hit this one first, clip these two, go to heat vision and fire burst. All right, something, oh that's right, I'm sorry, I can't switch my loadout while I'm in. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna see how this works on a group. So we'll start here. So I'll start with okay, so you get the idea what the rotation looks like. And for groups, more than one, like I said, it's primarily a single target loadout, and it's okay. I'll be the first one to tell you, it's what's getting me through right now. So you see that at 30 seconds, I'm at 175, 270. I'm gonna do this rotate. I'm gonna just do it one. I'm gonna do one rotate, rotate through it one time to see what kind of damage it does. Okay, so let's try this again. That's the full rotation. So we're going to wait for fire burst and the Inferno to finish up. And we'll check out our damage count for 16 seconds, 67, 343, 73 total hits. So right now I'll take that. You know, I don't have another loadout to work with as of right now, but that's what I'm working on. And like I said, I have my shield, and it provides me additional defense and movement buff by just having the shield weapon. Also, I had one, I can't remember, and I thought I used it. Let me see. It was one by just having a fire weapon. It gave me a boost, but I don't think I got that. Okay, so you decide if you're looking to do fire, which loadout. Like I said, this right here is nice, but you know the fact that it only hits one target, that's why I'm having an issue with as far as a single target loadout. So I try to make it as many as possible to cover as many as possible, or the head boss or the head guy, whatever the case may be. But normally meteor strike would normally also hit them as well. I could go with that, inferno, and then fireburst. So all the immediate enemies are being affected, and then I could just target the main guy, the strongest guy, the head honcho, whatever you want to call him. Okay, and then I do not know why my fireburst is not up. So I'll go through this rotation one time. As far as I do not have access to orbital strike. I'm working on that because I haven't went to my equipment generator. Like I said, I don't use her like that. Okay, so I have it. I have an orbital strike. I just don't don't have access to it now. I got a trinket. I got a shield trinket. I got a Boo Junior trinket. And I got the orbital strike that I'm working on building up. So that is my loadout for right now. Like I said, originally my original loadout is heat vision, spontaneous combustion, meteor strike, stoke flames, fire burst, superchargers, fireball, barrage. But I can go back between this one and inferno and keep everything else. But I would I would adjust my rotation just a little bit. So with spontaneous combustion, I'm going to clip meteor strike, stoke flames, heat vision, fire burst, then spontaneous, because I don't like it really because it just blasts one target and nearby enemies, but as opposed to inferno will like an area for all enemies, which means they're all made vulnerable to burning attacks. So once I hit inferno first, then go to meteor strike, and you saw meteor strike hits all the enemies nearby, and then I could hit stoke flames and it makes them vulnerable even more to burning attacks. Then I can hit the heat vision on a single target, then go to fireball first. I'm taking and burning, and then fire burst. Enemies are taking additional damage. So that is what I like. I like the effect, or AOE, or group moves per se, as opposed to single target or one-on-one. So like I said, inferno, I'm getting them ready for this and this. Get my single target. Fireburst will cover all the group again. Meteor strike, heat vision. So it's almost like I'm keeping the others, the two on the side, I'm keeping them occupied while I focus mainly on the middle, if that was the toughest one. So I would still be able to get damage on all three and try to wear them down as fast as possible. So if I can get number one out the way, I would have more time to focus on 2 and 3, but not using the same amount of power, or same amount of when I use my rotation as much, because by that time they'll be heavily damaged. So if I wanted to, they got up close and personal, I just hit them one time, with a couple of times with a shield. I'll drop a meteor strike out of nowhere, back up, and hit heat vision. So that is going to be my loadout. Now the ultimate test, let's take this on the field. We're heading on the road, so we're going to go to Patchwork Themyscira, and we're going to try this loadout and see how it works. I'm going to go with Inferno, spontaneous combustion first. Okay, so let's go to Patchwork and we will try this out. Okay, and here we go. Alright, I have arrived in Patchwork Themyscira. We're going to try both variations of the loadout. I'm going to start with spontaneous combustion, then use Inferno to see the difference in how they work as far as rotation goes. Right? So here we go. Never back down. 1 one seems to be working okay. Let's check combat stats on that. Okay, for 5 seconds, 70,397 is pretty good. I think 18 hits on one target. Okay, so we'll do another one. That one I didn't get a chance to go pull off the rotation before he knocked out. So 4.8 seconds, 77. So I think that's doing okay for right now. Just to start off, try it again.
Vengeance will be ours.
And I didn't hit spontaneous combustion on that one as well. I did just buff up my solar amplifier a little bit more before I started this video, so that may be a contributing factor. But nevertheless, can't argue with results. We'll do one more with spontaneous combustion. And we'll check out that damage as well. 77863 for 5.3 seconds. All right. Now, let's switch up the powers. We'll take out spontaneous combustion and we'll add inferno to it. Now, in order to do this, give it a proper test, let me find a group of enemies and see how it turns out. A group that's not being beaten up right about now.
Imperial never back.
Start with these two. And I'm going to start with Inferno first. That was okay. Didn't go quite the way I planned it, but 18 seconds, 199,906 as far as damage, 57 hits. So I'll find another, try to find another group. Let me get this real quick. Sorry guys. Okay, Apocalyptic, so this will be a good test. Let me see if I can find a group to try it on. Well, we'll start with this, is 3 of them. So I'm gonna keep rolling even if it gets knocked out. So I want to just show you how this works, okay? My supercharge is ready if I need it. Okay, so that was the result of that. Okay, 18 seconds, 277, 69. Not bad, but I did not complete my rotation the way I wanted to. Wanted to, so we'll try this one more time. Much better. Okay, so 14 seconds, 155, 726. So there's a slight variation between the spontaneous combustion and the inferno move, but it's just giving you just a little bit of different versatility between the two powers. But as of right now, I'm using the first one with the spontaneous combustion, and I may make a separate build or load armory for the one with Infernal. But that is what I'm doing right now. I'm using right now. Please tell me what you think. Now, if you have a better suggestion, don't just trash my loadout and not offer a suggestion on alternative. I'll read all my comments. I try to respond to it as much as I get back to it as much as I can. So you have another loadout. Let me know what it is that's better than what I'm using right now. Okay. All right. So once again, single target loadout. Might base will be heat vision, spontaneous combustion, meteor strike, stoke flames, fire burst, and meteor barrage. Double check with other people on the artifacts and your gear mod, okay? But this is just mainly the focus on the loadout for those who have stepped away from the game. Once again, getting refamiliarized with firepower, or those who are using firepower switched over for something else, and this is your first time using it. This will be a good startup rotation that you can use until you can find something else. Okay, so let me know what you think. Drop a line in the comment section. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I appreciate all of the support, all my subscribers. And if you're looking for a league to join, look up DC Goodfellas. All of my characters are part of DC Goodfellas. Look up Kai Vixen, Brother Wakanda, and my main account, Eternal Herald. All right. So thanks everyone, and I will see you again in the next video.